in Massachusetts spent their day trying to help save jobs and some departments at the North Adams Regional Hospital.
The hospital closed last week, giving 500 employees really only a few days' notice.
Well, since then, those employees have rallied together, and right now they're at a community hearing.
Also there are Jennifer Lewke. She has more on what's going on tonight. Jen, how are you?
Good evening, Greg. You can see behind me that this hearing is packed. Hundreds of people right now in the middle of this hearing. Most of them are people who work at the hospital or who have family who work there, who got this notice last week, and by now, a week later, they have no job. There is a slight bit of hopeful good news for some of these folks. Today, the governor and the attorney general were in town to talk and help Berkshire Medical Center to file the proper permits and applications to possibly take over certain departments, emergency department and hospice for now. But there's no timetable on that just yet. David Blanchett has worked at the North Adams Regional Hospital for decades.
45 years. I started there when I was 16 years old, doing a myriad of different positions.
His most recent, a hospice worker who has spent the last week trying to explain to his clients what is happening. He knew that the hospital was in trouble financially, but had no idea how bad it was.
Not only did they lose their job last Friday, their insurance, everybody's insurance went out last night.
Governor Deval Patrick spent the morning in North Adams working with Berkshire Medical Center on applications that may allow them to take over certain services at North Adams.
What we're trying to do right now is get at least the emergency department reopened, to continue the hospice and VNA services, and to buy some time so that there can be a thoughtful analysis of what should come for the people who serve and who have served at North Adams and who were served by the North Adams Regional Hospital. We want you to know we have been working now for almost 2 weeks to assure that services are inadequate in the region.
The Massachusetts Attorney General is also investigating the way North Adams Regional Hospital notified its employees just a few days in advance that they'd be losing their jobs.
There are regulations that require notice of 90 days precisely to avoid situations like this, so there can be an orderly wind down.
David is hoping help from those at the state level will save his job, but he's been saying goodbye to his clients and their families just in case.
His wife, she gave me a package of homemade jellies and jams, and she said, think of us when you're having a sandwich or toast or something. I said, I will. And I gave them my information. I told her to call me, and they're my friends. I told her to call me if anything's happening, because I don't want to read anything in the paper.
Very emotional for David, very emotional for many of the people at this public hearing. Many of them have worked at that hospital 20, 30, 40 years. We've heard them talking about it. Again, the governor and AG trying to rush approvals on the state end, but the federal government will also have to take on some approvals and applications to ensure that these services move and Berkshire Medical can provide them at this hospital. But again, no timetable on that. We asked if it was days, weeks. The governor said he's hoping days, but really doesn't know. Back to you guys in the studio.